acting on your needs is a skill that you absolutely have to master on your route to healing, growth, manifestation, identity shift, however language you want to apply to acting upon your needs. That is a skill. And whatever, I guess, maybe your end goal is, you got to know your needs. You got to know thy needs. If you don't know thy needs, you have not fully formed a sense of self, because a human being has needs. We always run on needs. Whether those needs are unconscious to us, that is another matter, or whether they are conscious. If you have conscious needs and you're acting upon them, that is a healthy, mature adult, which means that you have a very clean and clear intentions towards other people as well. You're going to be able to build very healthy relationships with others because you know your needs. So you don't need other people to unconsciously fulfill your needs that you cannot really fulfill yourself. And but let's get into that. So, knowing your needs. First of all, I want you to, because every video that I'm making here is practical, so there's no me putting more knowledge upon you. I am not this type of a practitioner. I'm not this type of a therapist. You gotta do the proper practical inner work and then act it out in your life. Otherwise, you're not gonna get results. That's it. So, knowing your needs. Write it down. What are your physical needs? Think about sleep, think about food, think about movement, think about rest. You got to include all of this. These are your physical needs. You're a human being. You're a physical human being. We are run by biology, our own biology, whether we want it or not. That is a fact of life. And you got to know your physical needs. And you got to know that the composition, how you can meet those physical needs in your everyday life. Physical needs. Spiritual needs. So again, spirituality, religion, philosophy, whatever it is there, yes, there is a physical aspect to us, but yes, there is a spiritual aspect to us. And yes, we need to have certain values, philosophies of life, what is important, what is not important, etc. These questions need to be answered by us. Sexual needs, 100%, everyone has them. How you fulfill them, again, unconsciously or consciously, that is for you to answer that question. Your emotional needs, again, however those emotional needs look like, you got to be able to meet them yourself. You're going to be able to engage with other people to meet them, etc. Intellectual needs, yes, for sure. Our conscious brain needs stimulation, needs activity, needs exploration. So intellectual needs. Social needs, again, we do have them. We are social creatures, so we do need social time. How does that social time look like? The balance of it, the alone time versus other people time, my time with other people, that is for you to discover. So these would be like how many? Like six basic needs. Again, you can go to Maslow hierarchy of needs. I don't care. Or you can use this, those needs that I just said here. That if you're gonna know these, then you're gonna be already on the right track. So I want you to sit down once you wrote it all down, and I want you to now think about your week. And I want you to look at your week and think about, okay, if I look at these needs, do I meet them on a regular basis? Do I meet those needs, my own needs, on a regular basis? Look at it. Be honest. So you can see, I would say, your level of your own agency. So how good you are, again, because it's a skill, how good you are at meeting your own needs. Your own emotional needs, your own intellectual needs, your own social needs, your own sexual needs, etc., etc. Your own physical needs. Now, I am not talking about thinking about the need. I'm talking about doing, acting upon the need, because for your nervous system and for your brain, talking is like your brain, your unconscious brain and your nervous system, they don't speak English, Chinese, or Polish, or whatever. They are interested only in actions. If you don't act, for your brain and your nervous system, that means nada de nada. that means nothing. So if you're intellectualizing your needs only, so they live in a sphere of your mind, of your conscious mind, but you're not acting upon them, your brain and your nervous system learns FA. So, and what your brain and your nervous system is being taught when you are not meeting your needs, I don't matter. This is it. Like, so you can repeat all the affirmations like, I love myself. You can do the visualization, but if you're not meeting your needs on a regular basis every single day, if you don't even know your needs, then all those affirmations and all those techniques and visualization are just a band-aid on a gaping wound that you are trying to plaster on because it looks good, because now you have the vision board or whatever. Sorry. And this is not even tough love, guys, because for me, love is love. I am saying I'm saying that to you because that is a huge problem in the mental health industry, plus in the whole manifestation and identity shifting and therapeutic and psychological thing. People don't even know their needs, but they want, a star from heaven. How can you, if you can't meet your basic human needs that make you human, if you don't know them, how can you grow? So this is not tough love. This is actually me showing love and respect to you by giving you the truth. And it's not tough. It's practical. I'm giving you a practical tool that you can act upon from now, like after watching this video. There's no toughness. And that's why, I'm not like, tough love? What is tough love? Me being honest, me being practical, me putting theory into practice for you and recording that video, there's nothing tough about it. There's only love there. So, once you know how skilled you are at meeting your needs, you can be like, okay, I'm not very good at it. No shame. Please, this is one thing. When you see, and when I'm saying, those things to you guys that you want things, like a star from heaven and you're not even able to meet your needs, this is not me shaming you, guilt tripping you, trying to scare you. No, I want you to just wake up to a basic truth that is repairable, because it's a skill. Therefore, like any other skill, it can be learned and you can learn it. It's fine. So, if you are noticing, if you already noticed by doing this exercise, you're not meeting your needs correctly, you're unable to meet them, you don't know your needs in certain areas, fine, no problem, you're gonna learn that. And this is the attitude that I want you to have. So no judgment, no guilt, no shame, no fear, no this kind of funny, passive-aggressive, whatever that is that you have towards yourself, the inner critic. Drop that. That is totally unnecessary. So, you know where you are, you know how skilled you are, and now we need to turn your skill in meeting your needs slightly up, yeah? So I want you to look at those needs and I want you to think, okay, with which needs I am particularly struggling and which one is actually, a thing that I definitely need to address, maybe as the first thing. Because sometimes when you start with a need that is the biggest gaping wound, then all the other needs will start kind of following. It's a bit of like a snowball effect. So detect literally one need. A lot of you guys, you're gonna have either problems with social, emotional, or physical. Sometimes there is spiritual stuff that will come up, but these are more values oriented and philosophy oriented. But a lot of you are not really good at meeting your own or knowing how to meet your own emotional needs, social needs, and physical needs. So, or you're not consistent with your physical needs. That's what I would say. So look at these three as okay, maybe I need to start from any of these, and then you will see a snowball effect, okay? So look at one need, one area, and pick it as okay, this is the need that I'm gonna focus on, and you're gonna focus only on that one, okay? And you think about, okay, right, so how can I meet this need? What can I do? First of all, I want you to ask yourself a question, like, during the day, like how many times you feel that need maybe coming up for you. So think about, okay, like maybe now I am, let's say if that, again, let's maybe go with the emotional needs. A lot of you guys, you don't really know how to stay with your emotions. You don't know how to feed yourself emotionally. You don't know how to meet that need. There is a lot of like, I would say, gentleness that you need to apply to yourself with that emotional needs. You have to be patient and gentle. Yeah, patience and gentleness in terms of meeting your emotional needs are like, this is a must for you, a total must. Just start thinking about, okay, like maybe when I was a child and maybe when I was upset, what did I need other people to do? Maybe to hug you, maybe, I'll give you some reassurance, validation. You have to be able to apply that for yourself, to do that for yourself. So from now on, now that you detected that one need that really wants to be met by you, now you just think about, okay, now I'm going to start from now. So do you have now an emotional need that wants to be met? Maybe you're angry at me watching this video. Maybe you're confused. Maybe you're doubting. Maybe you're feeling ashamed. Whatever that is, meet it. Stay with it. Allow it. Start doing that. You will notice that a lot of the times when you start meeting your needs, and if that is not your like a modus operandi, you're going to feel confused, you're going to feel annoyed, you're going to feel angry. A lot of the times you're going to be doubting whether this is the need or not. You got to build that muscle. So you got to build the muscle of fulfilling, let's say, an emotional need. And then, like I said, you're going to see the snowball effect in other areas of your needs. You got to build that muscle. It's like this, like the muscle of not meeting the need is overly built. You got to build the muscle of meeting the need. How are you going to do that? That will going to look differently from each and one of you. So once you start doing that, I want you to do like a review with yourself, so you can treat it like an experiment in a way and really like tap into yourself. Do the review every single week and see how you're doing, how more skilled you are now in fulfilling, let's say, an emotional need. Does that impact meeting other needs? You're going to see that, yes, it will. Just like I said, pick one need and you're going to see a nice snowball effect. You'll also see the reduction of doubt and confusion because you're going to be trusting yourself more. Why? Because your nervous system is going to be now thinking, oh, I am meeting my needs. Oh, I care about my needs. Your brain's going to be learning, I matter. I am meeting my own needs, therefore I matter. And you're going to notice more trust and connection within yourself. So do more, act more. Action only, guys. Action, like, hugging yourself or allowing someone to hug you, whatever that is required for you to meet those, for example, emotional needs. You gotta do that. Do, not think about it, do it. So any techniques that you're going to be using, they are just an addition. You will never going to substitute an appropriate, correct action with a technique. Technique is an additional. You can use it in addition to, but not as a substitute for. Okay, so that is it for today. If you want to book a session with me specifically to discuss your needs and see what are the potential blind spots and how you can start filling those needs yourself, so you've got like a proper action plan, you've got the links down below. And I'm going to see you in my next video. Like, share, and subscribe as well. Bye-bye.